Well, a lawyer has weighed in on Prince Harry's very honest admission about his drug use. The Duke of Sussex revealed in his memoir Spare that he drank heavily throughout his life and used cocaine and smoked pot. He then sat for an interview with trauma expert Gabor Mate this month, where he admitted that hallucinogenic drugs are a fundamental part of his life. He told Mr. Mate, "It was the cleaning of the windscreen, the removal of life's filters, these layers of filters. It removed it all for me and brought me a sense of relaxation, relief, comfort, a lightness that I managed to hold back for a period of time. I started doing it recreationally and then started to realise how good it was for me." And while Prince Harry's honesty is welcomed for a good headline, an admission of drug use in the United States might not be the smartest thing. Harry's visa situation in the United States isn't known, but he certainly isn't a permanent citizen of the country. Former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani told the New York Post, "An admission of drug use is usually grounds for inadmissibility. That means Prince Harry's visa should have been denied or revoked because he admitted to using cocaine, mushrooms and other drugs," while adding there's no exception for royalty or recreational use. However, a high-profile lawyer, James Leonard, disagreed with those comments, saying there wouldn't be an issue with his visa. Absent any criminal charge related to drugs or alcohol or any finding by a judicial authority that Prince Harry is a habitual drug user, which he clearly is not, I don't see any issue with the disclosures in his memoir regarding recreational experimentation with drugs. You've got to give them something that would trigger it, and revealing it in a book that you experimented with drugs when you were a young man, I don't think gets you there. Immigration is not going to do anything based on that. If he got arrested or if he got a DWI, then we're having a different conversation. Immigration lawyer Sam Adair backed that up, saying recreational drug use is not something that is likely to have been raised in a visa interview. The drug use could be an issue if there were ever be an arrest, charge or conviction, but recreational use would not likely come up in the visa interview. Prince Harry's drug admission with the trauma expert and his continuous media appearances, of course, had Sky News Australia host Piers Morgan slamming the Duke of Sussex.
US border agents take a dim view of drug use by non-US citizens. Nigella Lawson was once banned from flying to America after admitting she'd taken cocaine. Another compelling reason why we don't want them at the King's coronation. We might end up being stuck with them for good. Well, this unfortunately worded caption of the story in The Times said it best. At the end of the talk with Prince Harry, Dr. Gabor Mate said he was suffering from PTSD, ADHD, depression, anxiety and panic disorder. No reports on what Harry's suffering from after that. So we're all, I think, feeling the same way, which is enough. Surely enough. And yet it won't be, will it? They're just going to keep going and going and going, depicting themselves as the world's greatest victims, whilst pocketing hundreds of millions of dollars to describe their life of victimhood. There's no end to the self-indulgent arrogance from the Sussexes and their grievances.